So you just get used to this feeling of your body just starting to react and staying relaxed and calm as you're reacting, rather than sort of going, when's he going to hit me? When's he going to hit me? I don't want to be thinking, he's going to hit me now. We don't want our mind in a panic state. Just relax your body. Don't think about it. Just look over there and relax. If you get hit, oh, whoops, so what? He's not going to hurt you. It's so slow and gentle, you should be able to deal with the strike without any panicking. See, now it's a little bit faster, but we're still staying chilled out about it. If he puts his elbow out when he does the movement, it's still going to affect his structure, you see? That's blocking the movement. If he tucks his elbow in, then I land on his elbow. Once we get into the more freestyle movement, you can be going one way and change to the other way. It all becomes, you can move any which way you want. But notice how, even though we're moving all over the place, the flow is still there. It's not becoming clunky, you see? So you should follow a set pattern in the beginning, because this pattern teaches us how to be fluent. So my body weight is sitting back. My center is moving back. It's turning with the strike. The hand is going back with the strike. It's, wow, see? Everything is yielding backwards, but at the same time, see, I'm here. I'm not going like this. Actually, let's say if you do the upper attack, okay? So if he tries to push in, that's useless. It's not going to give him any benefit. It's going to help me to follow up. If Pascal attacks and he feels that my defense is off, this is not a good defense, now he can push in, because now it has an effect. If I feel this, I'm not going to bother pushing. But if I feel something like this, oh yeah, now I can. So if I feel a broken structure, I will push in.
My name is Samo.
Most people, their stances throughout the form are too small. So if you can only get, maybe there, that's okay. You can work on it and get stronger and reach further. But just be aware that if your stance is short, that you need to work on that. Don't just keep doing it there where it's easy. Okay, there are 5 main things which you need to do to get a long stance without falling over. So it's easy to get a long stance if you do this, obviously. If you're standing upright, you're not going to get a long stance. So you need to sink down to get a longer stance. The second thing is very obvious as well. You need to straighten your leg. Now that seems very obvious, but a lot of people don't do it. Okay, the other 3 things are a little bit more subtle, less obvious. If my bum's stuck out, as a lot of people do it, that's what's happening to your hip. Your hip is going that way. So you're shortening your reach. So if you can tuck that under, your foot will go a little bit more forward. The next thing is keeping your hips in an open placement. Same thing. If I step and turn to the front as I step, the stance will be shorter. Because look where this hip is. Look. It's moving backwards. So if I push it here to the front, I can go further forwards with my leg. And the last thing is touching the ground with the tip of your heel. If I put my foot down like that, I'm doing everything else correctly. I've got the pelvis tucked, I've got the weight sunk. Everything else is correct. Look, I'm not going to change anything else, but watch what happens when I change my ankle. See, I got an extra inch. So when you put your foot down with your ankle relaxed, compared to, see? You give yourself probably 2 more inches of length. So a lot of people, they don't know these 5 things, and so they're trying to reach forward by only doing one thing, and that's sinking. Or 2 things, sinking and stretching the knee. And so they end up either getting a short stance or, leaning over or anything else. But if you apply those 5 things, sink, tuck, hips open, knee straight, ankle straight, drop, you should get a good sized stance. Number 1, sink as low as you can. Number 2, tuck your pelvis. Number 3, hips facing the corner. Number 4, stretch the knee out. Number 5, stretch the ankle. Put your foot down with no weight and then transfer. And have a look, see how big your stance got.